Welcome to this season preview edition of Tornado Watch. I'm King Sports Information Director Travis Chell here with head softball coach Jenn Testa. How's the preseason going so far?
It's going good. We've had, obviously weather-wise has not been ideal for the most part. We've had a lot of cold days and some snow and all that fun stuff, but it's pretty common here. This year has been unusually cold. So that's kind of one thing we've had to deal with. But, we've still been able to get outside and work through it. And, we've kind of used that to, help motivate our kids and help get them excited for the opener heading down south and all that fun stuff. So.
Yeah, one of those things you learn from, deal with it, and then you know how to play in it later.
Right.
It's third year in Conference Carolinas. It's been a pretty good run in the first 2 years. Won the tournament, NCAA tournament qualifier in the first year, and won the regular season title last year by 3 games. Will that make it tougher this year? Like, are teams do you think are going to target you and say they're kind of top of the conference and make it a little tougher during the conference schedule?
Yeah, definitely. Anytime you have a couple successful years, you kind of have that target on your back, and that means that you're probably going to get, every team you face, you're probably going to get the best shot. So, but in all honesty, I think our kids really like that. I think that they would prefer that. I think when they kind of go in and have the teams that are giving them their best shot, that's just going to make us better in the long run, and that's kind of what we're looking for. So we're okay with that.
Yeah, it also helps you have a pretty veteran squad too that have been here and done that the last few years. Starting with the outfield, you lose Aubrey Hutt, who was a center fielder last year, but that position seems pretty deep as well. You return Octavia Lewis-Rand, who's a sophomore. Stephanie Rodriguez, who I believe is a junior. Allie Spell can probably step in maybe here and there as a sophomore. And then you had all-conference performer Fallon Thomas, who kind of played everywhere. How's the outfield looking, and anyone else that adds to that group?
Yeah, with those kids that you just mentioned, we're really excited about them. All of them have proven at some point, whether it was in previous years that they're capable of being out there, and all of them have proven in this preseason that they're capable of being out there as well. So we finally have some depth in the outfield, so we're excited about that. One more player that will, well, 2 more actually. We have 2 freshmen too that will kind of be competing for time as well out there, and those are Sam Cole and Cheyenne Delphs. So we've got a lot of players and a lot of options as far as outfield's concerned. And like I said, that's kind of the first time we've had that, so we're really excited about that.
Yeah, it's good to have competition too, trying to make everyone better.
Absolutely.
Moving on to the infield, looks pretty deep as well. The left side made up of Christina Melcher, who all conference first 2 years hit over 400, had a great 2 years to start her career here. And then Cassie Ringstaff at third has been solid as well.
Yeah, we're really excited about them. Obviously we're at a point right now where we do have a lot of experience, and that's something that we haven't really had in the past couple of years. We have been playing with a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and now you'll see a lot more juniors and seniors out there. So we are really excited about that. And those 2 players you mentioned in particular are the reason why, because they just, defensively they provide so much. There's not much that gets through that side of the field, so they do a great job there. And then also, obviously from an offensive standpoint, what they've been able to do has been key for us as well. So you'll probably see the 2 of them, in the top of our order this year too.
Yeah, and then moving to the right side, Tori McComas was really solid, really great at second base, playing defense last year, and then a new first baseman in Amber Walker.
Yeah, Tori's one who kind of came on last year and really developed a lot more quickly than we thought she would. So we're really excited about that. And she played, she kind of had those preseason jitters or early season jitters at the beginning of the season last year because she didn't get to play a whole lot as a freshman. But once we got into the middle of our season last year, she just kind of took off and played great. And she's really kind of stepped right in this year and kind of taken that role as well. So we're really excited about her there. She had a great fall season, and we think she's going to have a great spring as well. And then Amber is one who got injured last year, so we really didn't get to see her at first as much. She did DP for us quite a bit. She did a good job there, so we're excited to actually have her playing defense for us and having her full go.
Yeah, moving on to pitchers and catchers. You returned all-region second team and conference pitcher of the year, Hannah Light, partnered with another Hannah Smith behind the plate, who was a freshman last year, hit .313, led the team in RBIs with 36. It's got to be good knowing that you got a pitcher of that caliber and then a catcher that has been through it and knows how to catch her and can also handle the bat.
Right. Yeah. We're really excited about the 2 of them as well. Like you said, Hannah, what Hannah Light has been able to do here the past couple of years has been great, and we hope that she can continue to build on that in her final senior year. And then Hannah Smith was one who really came on last year. She was one who, obviously from an offensive standpoint, she was huge for us. She hit .313, but she also was in the middle of our order for a freshman to be able to come in and do that and perform like that. That's huge. most of the season last year, she played first base for us, but we really feel strongly that she's going to probably catch the majority of our games this year, just because we feel like she does a great job back there, and she kind of has more experience. We put her in a few games last year, and she really came on at the end of the season last year, so she'll see a lot of time there this season.
Yeah, another pitcher in the mix is Morgan Lowe, who kind of struggled with injuries last year in her freshman season, but it should be a good 1-2 punch with Light and Lowe going back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the loss of Morgan Lowe last year to injury was kind of a big blow to us, we felt. Now, not because, we had seen her and she had done a whole lot for us at that point, but we knew what she was capable of doing, and we weren't able to utilize that because she was injured for the majority of the year, because that really her injuries kind of started off in the fall and then carried on through the spring, and it was kind of a nagging thing that never really got better. And now she is full strength, she's totally healed, has not had any issues with it, so we're really excited to throw her into that mix. And she had a great fall for us, and did really, really well against some great competition, and so we're really excited to add her into that pitching staff.
Yeah, the roster is pretty deep. It's on, got players everywhere. Picked preseason number 2 behind Mount Olive, who won the tournament championship last year. What are the expectations this year with kind of the veteran team, and then after winning back-to-back titles in the first 2 years in the league?
Well, I mean, obviously each and every year we want to compete for that championship, so that's not going to change. No matter how good or bad we did the previous year, that's always going to be our goal. And so, but we do feel like we've got a great chance with this group, to compete for that. There are some good teams in the conference too. You talked about Mount Olive; they're going to be tough again. They have a lot of people back, and that's kind of a team. For some reason, over the past couple of years, we just have not been able to beat. And then, you talk about Limestone and some of those other teams who have done really well the past couple of years in the conference. Those are going to be teams that are going to be tough to beat, but we feel like we've got a good squad, and we feel like we'll be great competition for them. So it should be exciting.
The conference schedule looks like it'll be fun. Prior to that, non-conference games, getting ready for that, you schedule tough. You start out with number 25 Columbus State at their tournament this weekend, also playing Tuscaloosa, Wingate, just a whole bunch of good teams down there. And then later in the year, you play a national runner-up last year at Kutztown. What was kind of the thoughts behind the schedule and scheduling that tough this year?
Well, and this is kind of something we did last year as well. We want to play, especially from a non-conference standpoint, we want to play the best competition that we can. We're not afraid to play anybody. We feel like that's going to give our players, the best chance to do what they want to do. From a conference standpoint. So we feel like that's what's going to really prepare us for that conference schedule, and that's what it's all about. So playing those teams and, hopefully doing well against them, and, growing as a team and growing as a group to prepare for that conference schedule. That's kind of what we're doing. So I think when you play too many of those schools that are going to be easy W's and that kind of stuff, I don't really think that prepares you, for that type of competition. And ultimately we want to go back to the NCAA tournament. So those are the types of teams that, obviously we would see there. And so we want to be as prepared as we can if we make it that far. So.
All right, thank you, Coach. And looks like it'll be a fun season this year out here at the softball field. Good luck, and we'll see you out at the softball field.
Great, thanks.